Alright, I just wanted to show you this little old fan. It's been in a room by itself running for probably, I don't know, probably close to a year. Just sitting there running. And just keeping the air, don't have a ceiling fan in there, so it just keeps the air stirred up. And luckily it's not really that dirty considering it's just been sitting there the entire time. And it still, let's see here, still starts good, still runs good, still quiet. And when you stop it, it still turns quite a ways before it stops. It don't stop abruptly, so it's not, it doesn't really have to have lube. But see that little old black thing on the front? It does a little bit of wobbling, only because it was almost cross-threaded when I got it. It's the cheapest little old fan. It's a Mainstay fan from Walmart. And it was the cheapest little old fan I could get. And it works great. You know, I mean, it's cheap, but I'm going to, while I got it out here and looking at it, I thought I'd just show you how to to take it apart, because I'm going to take it apart and maybe get in here and lube the bearings on it, and then put it back together, clean it up a little bit, and put it back together. And just wanted to show you how to do it. All right. Alrighty. I guess first thing be take this top off. They got these little old tabs on there. There's one there, and there's one right there. They're pretty hard to open up sometimes. One there. Usually not one on the bottom now. And then just lift it out of the bottom one there. That is surprisingly clean. Alright, and this is a backwards thread, I believe. Yes. Yeah, easy it is to unthread but it's always backwards threads. Always is not a good word. All of them that I've seen in forever are backwards threads. That just slides off. Got a little old, did get a little dirty inside there, so I got to clean that off. But see, it's got two little old slots right there. Two little old slots right there, and they go on this right here. These two little old pins stick out, fit onto those little slots when you slide it on. Alright, and then you undo this, or turn this, and this should just slide off. And that's surprisingly clean. Everything is. There's not a lot of dust in that room. We don't go in there a lot. So. But anyway, now we have 4 screws to take out, and 1 screw back in the back. See, I'm getting out of light, ain't I? 1 screw back in the back, and 4 in the front. And this, if you can't, you find a place where you can look down in there to see if it's got a screw. Some of them have screws, and some of them just pop off. If it just pops off, you just grab it and pop it off. Okay, but if it's got a screw in there, it ain't gonna pop off there. So look in there, make sure it's not a screw before you go to pull it on it. All right, let me get a screwdriver. And I guess the first thing, let me go ahead and pull the front ones out first, I guess. this is a magnet head screwdriver, which helps to keep from losing the screws. It doesn't help if you got stainless screws that aren't metal, or some kind of screws that ain't metal. It normally would pick them out of there. Alright, now then, put that back one on. Slide that off. That is really is pretty clean. Alright. Don't know if we can get to that back. We can. The only way to get to this back one is to pull this screw, and this screw loose. And I can do that. I can do that, and then you can move this back and lube that back bearing. But it's a lot of trouble, so I'm not going to do it. So, but it's not hard. You just undo this thing, or move this off. Move this over out of the way. I think it just slides out really. Maybe you don't. It's got a catch in there. Oh, it's got a little lock in there. It's locked in. But anyway, just take those screws right there out and kind of move this back just a tiny tad, just to separate this, and then you can get your lube in between there. But today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lube this front bearing. You can almost lube that back bearing through the slots if you got a good light and you can get that stick to there, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to lube this front bearing. Lube here. WD-40 or Super Tape, doesn't matter. Lube is lube. Oh, I don't know, probably WD-40. WD-40 may be a little bit better. Alright. What I'm going to do is turn it on and just spray a little bit of lube right there. And just let it run for a minute and let that lube go down into that bearing. There we go. Now it's lubed. All we got to do is clean it up and put it back together. Like I say, if we had to or wanted to, we could do the back bearing through there. And I just don't want to do it right now. It no more than what it's doing. I think it's fine. All right, let me get it cleaned up. We'll go back together with it. All right. One more quick thing, before you put it back together, or before you clean, or while you clean it, is take air take air and blow all the junk out of the motor. Alright. Alright, got most everything cleaned off. Except this, I forgot that. Forgot the back. Alright. Now then. Now then, let me start over. About got everything cleaned off now. So we'll go back with it. So, first thing I'm going to do is put this thing back on. It just slides on to where you can find the, you got to find that slot, is what it amounts to. Right there, I believe. What did I do with my screw? And this where a metal screw and a magnetic tip comes in handy because it'll hold the screw for you. But this one, the screw isn't magnetic, as you can see, or the screw isn't metal. So sometimes it's easier to turn it up like this. Find the go ahead and put that in there. And then find the screw as you're putting it on there. Find the screw hole. There we go, right there, I believe. There it is. Sometimes that thing is not easy to start, just because you got to find the hole, and you need really 3 hands. This one is a little easier. You just slide back on, and it just fits right back around inside there. Once you get it inside there, then the screws are lined up. We hope. See if I'm right. No, I'm not right. Not quite lined up. You still got to line it up to, because the screw holes are in this, not this. So you still got to line it up. You got to get it together. And then you have to find the screw hole on the motor. I think it's right there. Once you get one started, the others should line up pretty close. Now, you don't want to tighten it all the way up, because that way you can kind of move it around a little bit to find the other screw hole. And once you find a couple of them, then the other two, you don't have to move around. They're there now. Once you get them all in, then tighten them. Alright, all those are tightened up. Now we got to put that back cage on. I mean, this, and this, and this, and there's not one on the bottom. It's just got a little hook that holds the deal. So this one goes on bottom. Did I say that? This one right here goes on bottom. The clicker's going down. Alright, let's see here. And then there it goes. Fits right in there. There's a little old V slot that it fits in. This little old deal and this little old deal right here. These two on this side and one on, and two on this side. That's right. And then there's a little ball down here at the ball. It fits in the bottom. So you just have to turn it until it fits all three. There it is. Those two, and that ball in the bottom. And then, oh, what do I do with my deal? Then you put this back on there. It threads on normal. That's to hold everything on there. Alright. And then, gotta find your little slots and line them up with these little old metal deals sticking out, and just push it on. There we go. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's lined up. And then put this backwards thread thing back on here. And I'm not going to tighten it very tight because you don't really need to. There we go. Now, when you stop it, it spins a little more freely because that bearing is lubed. Alright, and the last but not least is this thing right here, and it don't matter which way it goes on. I don't see it. I don't see any. Hey, what's the matter, Bo? What's the matter? Just a minute, we'll go look. Alright, you're going to set this down on here. And then clip your little clips. Uh-oh. You got to make sure you get it inside the clip. Then just smash your clips on. Alright. Now then, I'm going to put it on number one, see what it looks like. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Little deal. It goes back here to make it rotate. Just push it in. Pamp it. You pull it back up to stop the rotating. Alright. Now then, when you stop it, let's see if it stops any faster or slower. I think it takes a little longer to stop now. I don't know if we timed it or not on the first part. But anyway, that's how you clean and lube a cheap Mainstay fan. If you do that, it'll last forever. There's nothing wrong with those little old fans. Cheap, yeah, but nothing wrong with them. Alright, I guess that's it for now.